being hard to read pretty much turns you into a mystery figure. This person will automatically start thinking of you. This person will become frustrated at the fact that they can't understand you. And what they're trying to understand is what you want. Because the only people who can outread you are the people who like you. So if you make them feel like they can't read you, they're going to almost backward rationalize that they like you. Because the only time we couldn't read people in our life is when we like the person and we want their approval. Because the fear of getting hurt makes us so afraid. It puts our brain in an emergency mode, because I need you to like me or else I feel like shit, that your ability to read people lessens at the cost of trying to protect yourself. So being hard to read creates the illusion that I like you, because the only reason why I would not be able to read you is because there's emotions behind it. What they're trying to understand is to find out how much do you like them. And that's the whole key with being hard to read. Nobody who's hard to read, nobody who's easy, people who are easy to read say what they want all the time, express their likes and dislikes. They blabber at the mouth. They don't control their emotions. They feel like they don't need to control what they say or what they do. You pretty much just expose yourself through your facial expressions. You talk too loudly because you're not aware how you're coming across. Your emotions animate your face. And when you're not aware of how emotional you are, your face is just going to be animated without you even noticing. Your voice inflection will literally go up. You talk like that. You're like, oh my God, for real? Get out of here. Oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Like you're just fucking out of control. Even the way you text a person is fast. Your reaction time is quicker. There's no, you don't have that extra like pace where you're just a little bit slower in terms of your reaction time. All of those things give you away. These types of people are lazy. They're lazy people who don't want to put effort in controlling themselves and giving the partner a fun experience. They're so into themselves, into their emotions, in their own little narcissism, that they fail to give the other person a good time. And when I say a good time, I mean not knowing the other person feel like they're in an amusement park. And that's what this video is all about. How to create a certain level of healthy distance that makes any person want to get to know you, that makes you very difficult to read, which naturally makes a person look deeper into you. So we're going to find out how to do that. But remember, if you have no control over your emotions, all of this that I'm telling you is not going to work. You have to control it. Because people who don't control their emotions always say the wrong shit at the wrong time. It's just that simple. So control what you have to say through learning to lower expectation about the person that you're meeting. Stop telling yourself how this is going to be the perfect relationship that will only amplify emotion. Say to yourself it's not going to work. Develop rational negativity. It's not going to work. Keep expectations low. It also practice mindfulness. By doing those two things, you could control your emotions better over time, because if you don't, your words will betray you. Emotions lead to actions that you cannot control, actions that are usually repeatable and that you've done before, and you're always going to keep getting the same result because you keep acting out of the same emotions. So control your goddamn emotions, Melissa, okay? All right, let's keep going. Something that you could do, and this is something that my friend, it happened to her, where the girl just literally didn't respond to her. The girl just disappeared for like a whole day. And I told her, I was like, yo, man, this bitch is just playing some stupid fucking games. And she was like, oh, I don't know. You'd be surprised. Because when you like the person, all of a sudden what is easy to read, it's not easy to read. You get what I'm trying to say? So getting them to chase and by literally not responding to text or acting out of character one day, or maybe one day you see them and you're on a date with them, but they're just extra quiet today, and it's like I'm just, it's okay. I'm not acting weird. I'm just had a long day, even though deep down you kind of don't believe it. You kind of don't push it, but then a part of you is trying to read them. You're looking for signs. You're confused. So by acting inconsistent from time to time, acting out of character from time to time, pulling away for like a short while, like a week or two, and blaming it on work or whatever, all of those things will create a mystery and will make them want to understand what's going on. It's like when something's wrong with you and you don't say what's wrong with you, that's the type of hard to read that I'm talking about. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, you guys should check out my online course, which is called Dark Game. It's a course that I developed specifically to help you apply strategies to attack these types of psychological vulnerabilities that women have. All right. It's a course specifically made to teach guys how to attract women in any situation. And I also teach you guys some dark strategies, which I do think is dark, but it's more so to help you guys understand human psychology through these strategies. But it's also to help you seduce the women that you like. And if you guys purchase it, you guys will get a 30-day money-back guarantee. This is pretty much the course that if you never had success with women, this is the course to get the ultimate success with women. So check it out. $99. It starts at $99 and it goes up to $197 depending on the package that you get. Purchase it now on the description down below where it says purchase Dark Game. First things first, if you're too predictable, right? If you're too predictable, the charm you will naturally wear off. If you're somebody that's naturally charming and you're predictable in your behavior, that charm will wear off after a while. The person whom you're seeing will see through you and lose interest. Why? Because life is predictable, right? People want some unpredictabilities in their lives. It jolts them. It brings them back to reality. What you want to do is use your reliability and your consistency to draw people in. That's the purpose of being reliable, right? You want to use your reliability to draw people in, but you stay unreliable from time to time. You become unreliable from time to time, right? And that's the whole key to all of this, is that your unavailability, your unpredictability, and other things we're going to talk about creates a certain sense of frustration, creates an emotional reaction in a man, it hijacks, and a man and a woman, it hijacks their brain. In other words, their amygdala will become so active because they're seeing a threat, and that threat is losing you, that their brain will not know what to look for. You got to understand this, okay? Is that you have more neurons. People think that we see accurately reality, that when we're looking at people, we really are seeing them for who they are. In reality, you're not. Your eyes have neurons that the brain uses to tell the eyes what to see. So if the brain is in an excited state, is in a state of fear, your brain will tell your eyes to look for things that are fearful or metamorphosize stimulus that it receives to conform it to that emotional reaction. So you're not really going to be able to read people if your amygdala is going active. And the amygdala becomes active when there's fear of loss or when something amazing happens, like a jolt of laughter, and you're laughing like crazy and you have an uncontrollable reaction. But also you have an uncontrollable reaction when you really like somebody and you don't know where they are, or you feel like you're losing them. All of those are uncontrollable reactions which you could leverage on the other person. So the first thing you want to do is humanize them. Unintimidate yourself about them. If you feel like this person is too awesome, too great, too high value compared to you, you're naturally going to behave differently around them, and you're naturally going to see them differently. So you first want to humanize them. And how do you do it? One, meditate on their mortality. I'm not asking you to kill them. I'm not asking you to like kill him. All right, calm the fuck down. Put the easy there, killer. All right, easy there. You're like, okay, kill him. I like the way this is going. No, no, no. I'm talking about killing in terms of imagine that they're gonna die one day. Visualize their death. Not wish death upon them, but imagine how one day they will die one day. Because death is the ultimate equalizer. Imagine how one day their family will mourn them. And see how human that makes them look. Imagine that one day that they won't exist. Imagine if they're going to feel when they're about to die. Or imagine the fears that they have right now about their death. This always brings people down to size. Always. And it always makes you see them with less intimidation. That's the first thing you want to do, right? Because when you are intimidated by somebody, it naturally creates the effect that I was talking about. It hijacks your brain. Your amygdala feels threatened, and you can't think straight, and you can't read them, because then your brain will tell you to focus on things other than their behavior. So once you understand that, once you control that illusion, the next thing you want to do is this. So what you want them to do is to start chasing you, right? Chasing is one of the best ways for them to lose to lose themselves per se. What you want to do is keep a positive facial expression when things. Learn to keep a positive facial expressions when things don't go your way during dating. For example, as a if a girl says, I ain't sucking your dick tonight, right? I don't be like, fuck, god damn it. Like, you imagine that shit? You're like, oh my god, what the fuck? I'm kind of scared. I gotta get out of here. Tyrone, help. I know this is weird. Coming back to you right now. Hey, girl, don't worry about that, girl. You know Tyrone's always there for you. Yeah, that's right. Tyrone is here for you. Yeah, you call the right guy if you need some help. I'm here where you are right now. Right? All right. So yeah, understand that. So you want to learn to keep a facial expressions for when things don't go your way. That's very important, people. All right. So if a guy or a girl does something that you don't like, you want to keep that same facial expression so that you don't expose yourself. When something unpredictable happens, learn to keep your cool. Because when something unpredictable happens, it creates space for a burst of emotion that you're trying to control, and you don't want that. So learn to keep your cool. Like when your date cancels, learn to not text them and say something sarcastic or say, "Oh, fuck that shit." Like honestly, you feel the urge to do that because that's your reptilian brain giving you that sensation to go balls ape shit on them. But almost all the time you regret it. So just put the phone down, put the knife down, put the grenades down, and let this person live another day. And just relax, and you'll notice that that urge to tell them off will go away because it exposes you, it makes you look psycho. Keep your cool. Like when somebody cancels, learn to control your urge to tell them off. You will regret it. Above all, keeping your cool will keep the scent away from people. Another thing that you could do is embracing your masculine and your feminine to be hard to read. If you're a man, have some feminine traits about you. Seriously. Or even if you're a super fucking masculine man, have some feminine wear that looks kind of feminine, right? When it came to me when I was younger, people always thought I was kind of gay. I always had that feminine trait. I promise you that, right? And it was funny is that some girls liked it because of that, right? And the same with women. A woman who has a masculine edge to her, you'll be hard to read. A guy will not know where to box you in because you're difficult to read. Right, but a woman who's super feminine or a man who's super masculine, they're easy to read because they know you are fitting into a stereotype. Right, you're fitting in perfectly, and so you're very easy to read. It's like somebody who's a Republican. When you know a Republican or a Democrat, you kind of know who they are. So don't let people know exactly where you stand. It makes it difficult to read. But the real thing that we're talking about here is being difficult to read when it comes to dating, right? It's not telling people that how much you like them in the beginning so fast. Is not always telling people that you want a relationship, or when the person pulls away, all of a sudden you start chasing. That's not being difficult to read. That's being easy to read, and people don't respect that kind of behavior. That's the type of difficult to read that I'm talking about. So just control your emotions. Don't tell people, what you want. If you love the person, say that. Show them that you love them. Don't say it with your words. Show them that you love the person instead. That's a more powerful way to communicate, and it makes them understand that you love them in a way that makes them chase harder. If that makes any sense, right? And also, you don't use your words to. Don't let your words expose you. All right. You can't let your words expose you, because your inability to not shut the hell up is the number one thing that's gonna stop you from achieving this type of all right. So first things first, make sure that your words don't betray you. Always say less than necessary, like Robert Greene says. And the reason why that is because if you don't control your words, you're naturally gonna say the wrong thing. You're gonna expose yourself. You're gonna all the things that he's going to try to read from you. You're gonna give him the answer, right? So that means don't tell people what you really want. Don't tell people things about you. Don't try your best to not describe your personality. Try to find a way to, when you talk about yourself, talk in a very vague way, in a way that communicates who you are, but not too fully. You see what I'm trying to say? You want to learn this about words. Words are not meant to communicate truth, right? They're used to create emotions. They're used to stir people up, to anger them, to seduce them, to please them, to tell them what they want to hear, to appease their self-opinion, to make them look smarter, to make them feel smarter, to make them look like the star, right? That's the purpose of words. It's not to say the truth. So you want to change the way you think of words. Use words to distract people. Use words to divert them from. Oh, shit, they're already there. Holy shit! Use words to divert them from what you really want. You get what I'm trying to say? So if you want a relationship, say that you don't want a relationship. If you know that they want a relationship, right, and you don't want a relationship, then say that you want a relationship, right? Because then all of a sudden, if you say that you want a relationship, and then all of a sudden you start acting cold, you're going to be hard to read. And the reason why you're hard to read is because you're not consistent. You see, inconsistencies makes people difficult to read you. When you're not consistent, people will naturally have a harder time reading you, because it's not going to make sense. So if you're saying with your words how much you like them, and how much you want to be with them, but then with your actions, you're showing that you're cold, that sometimes you're not as consistent as you say you are, even though the answer is right in their face at the fact that this guy just doesn't, or this girl doesn't like you, that's why he's inconsistent. They're going to use your words and say, but he said this, but she said that. You see what I'm trying to say? Your words are what you do to confuse people, and just make sure your actions contradict it. And then when they call you out on it, always make up some excuse. Say that it's because of work. Say it's because your grandma choked on the pork chop and you needed to help her, and you've been so worried. Say because you've been depressed, right? Because they're trying to say the reason why he or she did this because they don't like me. They're trying to read you. And you say, no, but I'm the victim of circumstance. Now they don't know what to do. Now you're more difficult to read. And that keeps them chasing. You see, that's why people become so defensive in life and build up emotional walls, right? Because life is too brutal. Life is too difficult. So they build up walls, right? We feel the need to give what we get, tooth for tooth. It's a form of direct response. That's why people don't study strategy that much, right? People want to get a direct answer from people because life is harsh. They're tired of looking for answers for the most part. So what you want to do is stop giving direct answers. Stop giving direct answer. Stop trying to keep it real with people. It doesn't work. Telling your opinion and saying how you really feel, for example, politically, or even before finding out what people think about a subject, you say what you think. No. For example, if there's a controversial topic, right? And this is not about lying, people. Understand this. This is about influence. See what I'm trying to say? This is not about lying to people. You clicked on this video about how to be hard to read. You didn't click on this video about how to fucking say the truth all the time. We're not lying. We're kind of disguising the truth here. All right, you can call that lying, but we're giving people an experience. So if you're somebody that's always keep saying your mind, even because you have a sense of justice, which I get you, I understand, but in the realm of influence, that's not how you do it. In the realm of influence, you learn to keep things to yourself when it benefits you. So, for example, I was talking to a girl a few weeks ago, and she asked me, and she was like, blah 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 blah, Trump as an example, right? Or how she would call him a dictator, which I don't support the motherfucker. But my God, man, when you calling a dude a dictator, even if you call Biden or Obama a dictator, I'll be like, look, dude, calm down. But then before I said, calm the fuck down, bitch. Hey, don't call women bitches. I'm a little tired of your fucking language. sorry, Melissa. I saw her and I was like, look. And I was about to get my opinion and be like, wait a minute, he's not a dictator. But then I stopped myself. And I was like, wait. What do you think? She was like, well, I think he's not a dictator, but he's close enough. And then she was like, so what do you think? I'm like, well, man, I mean, I don't think he's a dictator, but I do think he has the look of a dictator, and I'll give you that, right? So it's kind of, I didn't agree with her, but I found a common ground, right? And then I disagree with her using a common ground. That's the whole point. You don't let people know where you stand on things. You want people, when they think of you, not know where you stand on certain issues, right? You don't want to be so direct about it, right? Because keeping it real feels good. Telling people off feels good, right? For example, if you hate somebody, you want to tell them exactly what they feel. No, right? It alienates you and causes more problems than good. Remember, this isn't about shedding blood. It's more about creating more of a peaceful surrender. All right? So that's one thing, right? We talked about using words to create deception, not deception to make it difficult to read you. All right? Now let's talk about how to use the face to create that type of effect. So, words are the most powerful smokescreen out there. Now, the next most powerful is your facial expression is the most powerful way to communicate. Words are used for smokescreen. Nonverbal communication is used to communicate. So the smile is the most recognized emotion at a distance. If you're trying to recognize sadness, it's hard to tell what sadness looks like. Smiling is the one emotion that you can recognize the furthest away. And also, smiling is the one emotion that we fake the most in social situations. Smiling is the most used facial expression. And also, smiling is the most powerful emotion in facial expression to disguise emotion. It's the most common and most powerful expression to disguise emotion. So what you want to then use is leverage that and learn to develop a poker face and learn the art of the poker face. Pay attention to your nonverbal cues. Right? That's the first thing you want to pay attention to, your nonverbal cues, because they're going to give you away. The first thing you want to do is notice how you behave when you like the guy. Right? When you're around him right now, from now on, take a step back mentally and just be aware of the kind of faces you're making. That's all you want to do. Just pay attention, feel what kind of expressions you're creating, or even better, if you're talking to him on the phone, have a mirror up, or even record your face when you're talking to him on the phone, because you still give the same expressions when you're on the phone. Studies do show that. Or what you could do is pay attention to, is exercise that you could do is record yourself saying a truthful emotional story, something true that really happened. And then record yourself, your face, talking and saying an emotional story that's a lie. And then look at the lie and notice what are some weird facial expression that you're doing that makes the story look incongruent. And pay attention to that, because most likely you do that during social settings, and that face that face exposes you to people and makes you look fake. And you want to work on eliminating that during social situations. Awareness is a big part in this, right? Practice certain expressions in the mirror as well. Practice what it looks to listen. Practice what it looks to smile, but with a caring face, right? Practice different facial expressions that you feel like you commonly use on a daily basis, and try to get them as authentic as possible. And let me tell you something. This might look psychotic, and I get it, but you guys motherfucking practice for interviews. Why is it that people, for some reason, it's totally fine to get coached for interviews, but for every other social dynamical area in life, people don't want to practice? What the fuck, right? So let's get this stigma out. So practice certain facial expressions that you use on a daily basis, right? And also focus on when you're talking to people. If you're wondering what kind of face you should make, look at the person you're talking to. Mirror them. Mirror their facial expressions. Not in sync, motherfucker. That's weird, but you get what I'm trying to say. So if you're like this all the time, but the person you're talking to is more of a serious person like this, you don't want to fucking, when he goes like that, you go like, ah, or when he goes like that, you go like, ah. You know, like, you don't fucking copy that nigga. Like, you don't do everything they do. But when they're like this, and you're naturally like this, you just go like that, right? If they lean back, 10 seconds later, you lean back. Like, that's your cue about the right type of eye contact. You see what I'm trying to say? Mirror their words. Also, find out some common words that they use and try to say it back to them. It's not that hard. Just say, well, okay, how do they say certain things? Oh, okay. And then mirror them again, right? Mirror some, and let me tell you something, people. I'm gonna tell you this right now, and listen to me very clearly. What I'm about to tell you. This sounds very simple. I know this sounds simple, and I know you've heard this many times before. But what I am telling you right now, this is pretty much the creme de la creme when it comes to influencing people. This that I'm telling you, this whole mirroring part, I'm slowing down my speech just to emphasize that this is the creme de la creme. Every influential person that is influential has applied these strategies. And it'll behoove you to do what I'm telling you right now. All right? People are like, oh, I like deep thought. I like serious Alexis. So mirror their body language, their tone of voice. Ask yourself, what kind of tone of voice do they have that's different to mine? And motherfucking mirror them, dude. Become a chameleon. Mirror their mood. Notice if they're sad or happy. For example, look at friends. When one friend is super depressed, the friend who's concerned will all of a sudden change their expression. Just like that. Like, be like them. Have you ever walked in a tense situation where everybody is worried about somebody, right? And you walk in and everybody just looks at you. And if you actually notice, all of them have the same body language. And all of them are talking in the same tone. For example, look at fucking funerals, right? When you're in a funeral, everybody's dressed the same. Everybody's moving the same pace. Speaking in a low tone. Mirroring the person who's grieving the most. They're like that. Speaking the way he speaks. You know, everybody's unconsciously mirroring each other. And that's why it also feels like such a bonding experience for them, right? Because they're mirroring each other, people. This is powerful. mirror their belief system. As long as you could either, as long as they kind of go with yours, mirror them, or even fucking, or just completely believe what they believe in for a moment, or even try to feel what it is to believe what they believe. Getting your mind in a similar state as them will create a type of connection that it's not naturally there if you don't mirror them. So just mirror. That's what I'm trying to say. Mirror them. And I don't want you to mimic them exactly everything that they do. So if you disagree on them with a topic, try to affirm with your words what you agree with them about. And try to de-emphasize what you disagree with. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the description down below. If you guys want one-on-one coaching, click on the description down below where it says work with me one-on-one. All right, see you guys later. All right, guys, so I want you guys to check out my online course called Dark Game. That's right, people, Dark Game. And this course is pretty much, I review to you the secret tactics, the secret techniques to create attraction in almost any woman, right? But not just attraction to the point that makes her want to see you all the time, where she's the one initiating all the contact, right? Now just imagine to be able to keep all of the girls in your life that you lost because of your stupidity. Imagine, and I had stupidity too. Imagine being able to keep them. Imagine being able to have 5, 6 women available to you, wanting to see you. Imagine being able to create intense relationships where they're all doing all the work. People, that kind of stuff does exist, people. Now, I'm not going to promise you that you're going to bang like 40, 50 women. I'm going to promise you that you're going to be able to keep the women you have, that you get with. I can promise you that keeping them will increase with this course. But let me keep showing you something. This course is pretty huge, people. It's a huge course. This course has over 50 videos, right? And some of them you could get for free. If you just sign up, you get free videos, right? But in these videos, let me show you guys the course, right? All right, guys. Shit. That's me right there, right? In this video, I pretty much teach you guys how to find your purpose. Right? All this is how to find your purpose, discovering your purpose, right? I teach you guys then about female psychology, all of the principles about female psychology you guys need to understand. I then teach you guys the mindset, the proper mindset that you guys need to deal with women. After that, I teach you guys 21 videos on how to game. I mean, it's pretty much unbelievable, man. I gotta make this available, right? But it's unbelievable how many, I pretty much put everything: outer game, social circuit game, strategies, threesomes, foursomes, everything, right? And on top of that, I give you guys a few bonuses: how to overcome approach anxiety, why you can't take actions, a Dickens pattern to change your mentality, how to go from open to transitions, right? 81 minute long, people. This is like, I don't know how long this is, but this is hours, and I mean hours worth of content. And you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. I mean, you without questions asked. All for $99, people. This could be around a few thousands, to be honest with you, right? But you guys get it for $99, right? All you gotta do is just go over here, purchase the course, and you'll get access to it. And if you don't like it, you could just message me and get your money back, people. Look, man, don't be hard-headed, people. Don't be hard-headed. This is the course that you guys need, right? It gives you guys everything. I cover everything. I could promise you, man, you're not gonna get a more in-depth course on how to attract women and keep them more than this. All right. Anyways, people, check it out. 30-day money back guarantee. There is no risk, and you can get the free course. You can get the free trial. The free trial are these videos that you get for free, right? You guys could just sign up. You could watch all of these videos for free, right? And you don't have to pay. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys inside. I want to see you guys inside because, again, people, you can't lose nothing. There's a 30-day money back